All right, good morning, Meerkatters. Meerkatters, good morning. Hey, good morning, welcome, welcome, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's go ahead and get the... All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. If you're watching on the replay, swipe to the right, Apple, from the bottom to the top, Android, and share. Welcome, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, come on in, Meerkatters. I see you. Hey, Glenn, how you doing, my man? Go ahead and restream it for me, guys. Go ahead and restream it. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, good morning. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. I'm coming in from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas here at one of my many thousands of offices called Starbucks, all right? I like to get out and mingle and get out of the house. All right, Houston, well, reach out to me. I'm in Houston as well. Fresno, Texas. All right, Texas in the house. Sister Candace is here. All right, brothers and sisters, as always, we're going to talk about the money game, how to play the money game to win, right? We want to play to win, not to lose. But unless we know the rules and strategies to win, then we lose by default, all right? We lose by default. Go ahead and share it with the parrot dude in the corner and restream it. The parrot dude in the corner, go ahead and share it right now. Let's double up our count, all right? Let's invite our friends to the money game, learning how to play the money game to win, all right? Let's go ahead and share that right now and show some hearts. I would rather for you to share it than show hearts, all right? Sharing is caring. So if you care, you would share, right? If you don't care, you keep it to yourself and you won't share. But I'm sharing with you, you share with me, we all share together, and then we can, hey, good morning, and then we can have a community of sharers. All right, my man Glenn over there at Meerkat, Glenn and I did a series, a mastermind series, audio series, and you can reach out to him at Glenn Garnes there at Twitter. Reach out to my man Glenn. He's doing some powerful things for entrepreneurs. So shout out to Glenn. Let's go ahead and share it. Daisy, go ahead and share it with your friends. We're going to get started here shortly. It's right at the top of the hour. So we want to get started. I don't want to take up too much of your time. My scopes are about, thank you, Daisy. My scopes are about 20 minutes. All right. We like to be strong and not long. And we want to go ahead and get started. All right. I see you there, Meerkat. Good morning. All right. For those who don't know me, my name is DarrellMuhammad, entrepreneur, business person, real estate investor, former stockbroker, network marketer, networker, just a entrepreneur out here in the battlefield, all right? Just want to share with you, brothers and sisters, what I've learned from the best of the best over the last 30 years and what I continue to learn from the best of the best in areas of personal finances, networking, all the things that I mentioned, online, offline marketing, sales. I've been trained and continue to get trained from the best in the world. Do I have the right piece on? Yeah, the best in the world. And I want to share with you so we can shorten our learning curve. That's what think tanks are about. And Glenn can tell you that's what masterminds are about. It's about sharing knowledge, right? And accumulating the talent and skill sets to whereas we can share it with each other, shorten our learning curve, and make quantum leaps. All right? So my contribution to my community, you see the hashtags Black Wealth, Black Dollars, Black Economy, to give back to my community. Charity starts at home and then spreads abroad. So I want to share it with, hey, Ken, how you doing, brother? I want to share with my community first and then bless everybody after that. So go ahead and share it real quick, brothers and sisters. Go ahead and share it. And we're going to get started talking about the money game and making major moves. You make major moves in the beginning and not at the end. So housekeeping items, as always. If you want to reach out to me, you can find me at DarrellMuhammad.net. That's DarrellMuhammad. Somebody put that in the live feed so they can see it. Somebody restream that for me at Meerkat. That's how you can reach me. If you like my message and you want me to share it with your community, with your group, then reach out to me. We can do conference call. We can do Skypes. I can come to your town if you're having a conference and speak on these topics for your group. And I can show you how you can bring me in and I can speak for free. That's right, FREE. And I have a theory that if you can't afford free, then you're in big trouble. All right. So reach me there at DarrellMuhammad.net, and all the platforms, social media. You can reach me at DarrellMuhammad as well. Just recently jumped on Snapchat, brothers and sisters. So following one of my mentors, Gary Gunderchuk, I believe it's pronounced. Snapchat is on its way. So if you're in business, you need to understand that you're first a marketer, and you need to be on the forefront of technology so you can get real estate, so you can dominate a space before it gets too crowded, like Facebook and Twitter and some of the other platforms. All right, so you're competing against noise now, Periscope as well, and Meerkat as well. You still have to participate, but when something new comes out, you want to be a part of it, and actually be a part of the leaders in that area. All right, so we want to talk about today making major moves, brothers and sisters, making major moves. And right now, the buzz that I see that's on TV, radio, on Facebook, the buzz right now around money is taxes. It is tax season. It's tax season. It's time for us to go ahead and deal with Uncle Sam, deal with the IRS, right? So you should be seeing a lot of promotions on I'll file your taxes, and I saw one today where they give you free hair and this other kind of stuff to get people in so they can file their taxes with them. All right, so in order to make big moves in the money game, brothers and sisters, you have to really, and I would say, humbly say, lead with a tax strategy. All right, the difference between the wealthy, not so much the rich, but the wealthy, the poor, and the middle class is that the wealthy, check this out, the wealthy do tax planning. The wealthy do tax planning, right? The poor and the middle class do tax filing. They wait until this time of the year, they get their W-2, they take it to HR block, TurboTax, whomever, right? And they file my taxes. That's what the poor and middle class do. The wealthy people, they do tax planning. They do tax planning. So in order to make major moves, starting right now, January 21st, we're 21 days into the New Year's, instead of to make major moves, brothers and sisters, major financial moves, while you're filing your taxes, now is the time to start planning your taxes. Right? Here's the thing that we have to understand about wealthy people. The reason why you find a lot of wealthy people that don't complain much about the government, and particularly about taxes, is because they've learned, or they have people on their team that understand the tax game. And I'm just going to share with you some basic things. Like I said, it's just to prick your consciousness, to raise our economic conscious level, so we can go out and find the information for ourselves, our family, but most importantly, our community. Brothers and sisters, I want to make sure that I'm clear in my message, that I'm here for our community. Our community is the most neglected when it comes to most things of vital importance, but in particular and in specifically when it comes to economic empowerment. Not money, economic empowerment. Money is what goes in. Economic empowerment is what comes out. See, so often we're on the front end as black people, and we think the front end is the end. No, it's the front, right? It's the front is where you enter, right? But the end is economic empowerment, and so for so long we have not understood that. That's why it comes in, but then it comes out in someone else's community. It comes out in someone else's, economy, and it doesn't come out in our economy. Okay, so my job and my objective, brothers and sisters, is for us to help us and help me and help all of us mature in the understanding of the money game, right? And this is a big piece. It's called taxes. Robert Kiyosaki says that the rich and the poor will spend up to 60% of their income in different taxes. State tax, federal tax, sales tax, tax on food at the grocery store, those that play lottery, taxes on the lottery, those who smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol, taxes on that, tax, right? So with that being understood, brothers and sisters, if we can understand and learn how to play the game, then we too can be like the wealthy. Don't complain about the taxes. They don't complain about tax laws, right? They don't complain about tax laws. You know why? Because here's the two reasons why. Those that are smart, the wealthy, and those that are on their team that help them stay wealthy, because you have to get wealth and stay wealthy, right? It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. It's because they understand these two things. Now, somebody put this in the feed, somebody put this in the stream. They understand two things. The tax laws are written for, number one, somebody put this in, number one, business owners. Number one, business owners. Tax laws are written for to benefit, number one, business owners, and number two, landowners. Those that own real estate. That's why I am so big on real estate. It will never change until the tax laws change. Real estate, two things: business ownership and tax and real estate. Tax laws are written to benefit business owners and real estate. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize, if I want to be successful, if I want to learn the money game to win and not to lose, and play the game based on, thank you, Sister Candace, based on the tax strategy, tax planning, I need to be in business, and I need to understand that real estate are the two ways to win in the money game as it pertains to taxes, okay? So make sure you understand that, brothers and sisters. Make sure you take advantage of that. See, we're missing out and we're still on making money. Here in America, they don't care how much money you make as long as you spend it with them, right? As long as you spend it with them. But if you're keeping the money in your community, if we're keeping the money in our community for us, to benefit us, to put back into our children, right, to put into our future, then that's a problem. That's a problem. But you know what? It's just a problem that we need to have. It's better than the problem that we have right now. So make sure you understand, brothers and sisters, now is the time to do what the wealthy people do, and that's tax planning. Tax planning, so this time next year when you're filing for 2016, you would win. You would win. Let me just share with you a little secret that I've learned a long time ago when it comes about taxes. Rich people, right, pay little or no taxes, and sometimes owe. And if you play the real estate game right, you get money back. If you play the real estate game right, you get money back. Right? You get money back from playing the game the right way, not from playing the game the wrong way. All right? And let me tell you exactly what that means. And once again, let me make my stockbroker disclosure or financial advisor disclosure. I am not a tax professional. I am not a tax specialist. I am not giving tax advice. This is purely education. Okay? You go to a tax professional to get advice. All right? So with that being said, okay? So here's the thing that the poor and middle class misunderstand about taxes and tax filing. We get excited because we get a refund at the end of the year, right? The poor and middle class get excited because they get a refund at the end of the year. A refund at the end of the year. But you know what the wise and the wealthy people know? That if you're a W-2 employee and you get a refund at the end of the year, that means you paid too much to the government. You paid too much to the government. You gave Uncle Sam a interest-free loan. You gave him extra money every month on your deductions from your job, when that could have been money that you could have kept for you and your family. Okay? See, so that's what you're doing. If you have a W-2 and you don't have a business, you don't get a Schedule C write-offs, and you get a refund, you paid too much. You paid too much money. So when we get a refund, we're excited, yeah, because we get extra money, but we don't understand the other side of that coin is we get that money back because we gave the government too much money every pay period. And if we understand that and now we start planning, we'll make the necessary adjustments that I will go into in our private sessions. When you go to DarrellMuhammad.net and subscribe, we're going to have these private conference calls and webinars. We're going to go more into the details on how to make this happen and work for you. I'm going to give you a few things right now, but it's depth. It's depth. It's a whole lot deeper than 20 minutes. It's a whole lot deeper than an hour. It's a whole lot deeper than a week, right? It's a commitment. It's a lifelong commitment to making sure that you keep up with the rules change of the money game, because the IRS will change their rules, right? Lenders will change their rules. So you have to keep abreast. The knowledge that got us here won't be the knowledge that gets us where we need to go. All right? That's in life in general. That's in life in general. Okay? So W-2 with no business deductions, no business write-offs, I should say, with no Schedule C. You get a tax refund, you paid too much, meaning the IRS had your money, they used it for free. You didn't even charge them interest because you didn't know any better. Right? But you can turn that around with proper tax planning starting right now, and we'll go more into that for my subscribers there at DarrellMuhammad.net. Okay, now on the flip side, the wealthy people, they understand, right? They understand that they want their tax bill to be equal to their losses, so they cannot pay taxes or pay very little. That means they maximized their revenues, they maximized their income. That means that they kept all they could, and they kept a little too much to whereas now they owe the IRS, right? They owe the IRS. They do it quarterly so they can manage it. They do it quarterly because they have to. But the bottom line is they're even zeroed out, owe a little bit more, but they have real estate and they structure it right, then they can actually get a refund. Not owe the government and get a refund, and it's not because they're overpaid like a W-2 employee. Okay? Like a W-2 employee. So to make major moves, brothers and sisters, in 2016 and here on out, we have to learn and implement or find somebody that can help us. And it's not really hard, right? It's not hard. As your wealth increases, as your revenue increases, then yes, the complexity of it increases. That's when you go get a professional. But to get started, right? To get started, it doesn't require a lot, right? To get started in working out and getting in shape, it doesn't require a lot. It just drives gym clothes and a desire, and you can run outside. But if you want to become a bodybuilder or you want to get your body fat down to 5%, then yeah, now you hit the understanding, right, of exercising has to, boy, it just started raining, has to increase. Okay, does that make sense? So that's how it is with money. That's how it is with anything. So to get started, it doesn't take a lot. And you'll be surprised, a lot of times, even in working out, you see your greatest progress in the beginning, right? When you're starting to exercise, when you're starting to lose weight, but then it levels out, right? Because you got the excess off, all right? So same thing with these tax laws, same thing with these tax strategies, brothers and sisters. You can learn a lot of the basic small pieces to put in place that I'm going to share with you here in a few more minutes that you can do to at least position yourself, right? Many times opportunity is about positioning yourself to take action, right? Positioning yourself to implement the strategy. That's what we're talking about right here, the money game. How to play the money game to win and not to lose. You need to know the rules that the winners play. And you have to put together a strategy specifically for you, your family, and our community. Can you imagine, brothers and sisters, there was 1,000 and millions of us going to our community, inserting this information into our heads. There's a lot of us who are still on the front end, making a whole bunch of money, but once we get past the front, right? Once we get past the initial making money phase, they're clueless. They're clueless. And that's where Uncle Sam is grabbing. Now here's a question that we need to understand, right? We don't need to complain about paying too much taxes. We need to learn how to play the tax game. Well, who stops you and I from learning the tax game and playing it? It's not the Republican, it's not the Democrats, it's not the racist government, it's not the racist police. Who's stopping you and I from learning these simple tax strategies to position ourselves so we can start learning how to play the tax game, play the money game to win? Robert Kiyosaki, and I've heard it said before, and he just echoed it. He said, and others have said, if you can eliminate taxes and interest, minimize those to close to zero, that alone will give you the money you need to build wealth. Let me say it again. Two things. Somebody put that in the live feed. If you can minimize close to zero taxes and interest that you pay on money, car note, mortgage, credit card, it doesn't matter, student loans, you name it, then that alone will free up enough money for you to start making major moves towards winning at the money game and building wealth for you, your family, and your community. Don't you know, brothers and sisters, there's people out there building wealth for communities? For communities, not themselves alone, for communities. So no one stops you and I from Googling and searching tax strategies for small businesses, tax strategy for small individuals, all right? So keep that in mind. Now, here are the things that you need to do. Let me just give you some things that I've done. I know they work. You can do too. We'll go more into these strategies on our private conference call and webinars. So make sure you go to DarrellMuhammad.net. I want to do this Saturday, but man, my schedule is really picking up because it's a new year and I'm making major moves. It's a new year and I'm making major moves, right? That's why we have to connect over at DarrellMuhammad.net, because that's where I'm going to start investing a lot of my time over there with those that have raised their hand and say, Darrell, I want to partner with you and I want to connect with you, and I have something of value that I want to believe, that I want to bring, so we can empower ourselves, our family, and our community. If you're leaving out your community, brothers and sisters, then I'm not interested. I'm interested in empowering the community. And here's what we need to understand. All right, here's what we need to understand is this. We need to understand that when you empower the community, brothers and sisters, you can't help but empower yourself. But the opposite is not true. When you empower the community, you cannot help but empower yourself. So why not go to empower yourself and have two chances of winning instead of one? Have the chance of winning and by empowering your community, our community, and by empowering ourselves. We have two chances of winning. But you can try to empower yourself. Don't empower your community, and then we both lose. The community loses and you lose. Hardest thing to do is try to empower yourself economically by yourself, because see the money is out there already. So nobody's creating money. I'm at Starbucks, they're not in the back creating money. It's the money they get is the money that's already out here in people's pockets. So you have to tap into sources where the money is that you don't have yet, so you can get that money in your coffin, right? And then redistribute it back out into the community. Redistribute it back out into the community. So that's what that's about. So here are the 5 things that you need to do. Here are the 5 things. Thank you very much, Cinco. All right. Here's the 5 things you need to do. Consult your tax professional. Seek out a tax professional. Let me help you out with this. Find a tax person that specializes in small business or home business tax filings. All right, if you go to W2 tax filer, you know, the ones you see on TV, and you know, the ones that only talk about, you know, getting you more money for your children and that kind of stuff. Those are for W-2 employees. They're not for home business, small business owners, home-based businesses, what I'm trying to say, all right? You need to find somebody that specializes in that. That's what they do. Then they'll know all the Schedule C write-offs that's allowed to you, and they won't be afraid to file them, right? The other ones, they're not used to doing it. They kind of know, they don't kind of know. They just know the few, you know, things that's common and obvious, and they'll be scared to really, you know, maximize the tax laws for you. But here's the thing you need to do. Step number one, all right? Remember, business and real estate. Business and real estate. Step number one, in order to learn how to play the money game to win, and how to play the tax game to win. How to play the tax game to win, like the wealthy do. Number one, you have to own a business. You have to own a business that's an incorporation or LLC. I would say an LLC is easy to structure, it's easy to maintain, it's easy to qualify for. Inc., INC, Incorporated, C and S, there's guidelines that you have to follow. If not, the IRS will say that it's not a legitimate company and you're using it only for tax shelter. So why bother? Start with an LLC. This is this is what I've done, but consult a tax professional. All right. Number two, you get yourself an EIN number. EIN number, employee identification number. Right. Get you an EIN number. Just Google search EIN number. You can do it right then and there on the spot. Get you a number right away. Right. A lot of people incorporate LLC. Do some of the other things I'm going to mention. They don't get an EIN number, and that questions their legitimacy. Get an NIE number. Number two, get an EIN number. Number one, become a legitimate business, not a DBA. DBA is really it's just for cosmetic. It's just to make it look like you're a business. When once you get past that, you're not a business, right? You're not a business. You have no tax write-offs, and you have no protection. All right. So incorporate LLC. Number one. Number two is get yourself an EIN number. Number three is you want to open up a commercial or a business checking account. A business checking account in the name that you've incorporated in the name of your LLC, and you take the proof of your incorporation, all right, or your LLC to the bank, because they will need that, and they will need your EIN number. And they will need your EIN number. They call it tax ID number, EIN number. If they don't ask for that, you're not opening up a business account. Open up a business account. Number three, open up a business account. Number four, you need to fund that account. You need to put some money in it. All right, we'll talk about some strategies on our conference call webinars on exactly what to do, but you need to put money into that account on a consistent and regular basis. Consistent and regular. There's some strategies I'll share with you later, but put some money into that account. All right, put some money into that account. Now here's the thing right here. Here's the piece right here. Step number, what's that? 5. Right, and get with a tax professional. They'll tell you exactly what to do. Step number 5, and I wish somebody would have put those steps in there for a review, so when you watch it on a replay, it'll come up. Step number 5. Step number 5 is pay some of your expenses out of that business account. Let me say it again. Step number 5, and this is powerful. This is where the rubber meets the road. Pay some of your normal expenses, like my haircut. You can write that off. Right? Pay it out of that account. It can be a PayPal, right? It can be electronic transactions, right? It doesn't have to be a check. As long as it comes out of that business account and it's been identified. PayPal, right? Office Depot. It can be an online purchase of office supply at Quest. It doesn't have to be a physical check, even though we did say a business checking account. If you can write checks, that's good. That's just an additional trail. right? That's an additional trail. So check writing is still good. So people say, in the employer world and in the employee world, checks, who write checks? That's antiquated. In the business world, they still write checks. It's traceable, right? It's a paper trail. Now, paper trails are good for businesses. You can see who signed the back of the check, right? They have to provide some ID and things of that nature. So that really helps you out in many cases when you're talking about businesses, all right? So pay some of your normal expenses right now through your business account. Okay, get with a tax strategist, a tax planner, someone who filed taxes for home-based businesses and small businesses. How would you find them? Maybe talk to an accountant who does bookkeeping for small businesses, etc., etc. Entrepreneurs take just small information and they go out on their own and expound on it. That's what these streams are all about. Not to give you the full details and to hold your hand, because that's not what people who win at the money game do. They get ideas, they get concepts, they get aha moments, they get epiphanies, and they go and they seek out the information, the professional, the resources they need to make that happen in their life. Because nobody is teaching this in a formal institution, in a university, in a school. So where you're used to people holding your hand and you having access to ask them questions for free and all this other kind of stuff, that doesn't exist in the money game world. That's why so many people lose, because they don't understand the dynamics that's involved in winning at the money game. And that's why your brother wants to come to you every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and just give you enough, hopefully, to prick your conscience so you can go out there and you can get the information and bring it back to your family and bring it back to our community. Hashtag Black Dollars, hashtag Black Wealth, hashtag Black Economy. See, we ignore that. We don't want to say that. We don't want to put that out in the forefront. But you can ask our brothers and sisters from the Middle East that come into our community get rich. Ask our Asian brothers and sisters that come into our community. They might not talk that in front of you and I, but I'm sure they talk that amongst themselves, because that's a legitimate opportunity question to ask. Where are we going to set up business? Where can we go to be successful? Where can we go where they spend money on this product that I'm selling? Where can we go that's easy to set up? Where can we go that's cheap for rent? That's called hashtag Black Economy, hashtag Black Dollars, hashtag Black Wealth. But then you and I are ashamed to speak specific like that. All right? Scared money don't make money. That's another way of losing at the money game. So in order to win at the money game, you can't have scared money. All right? So those are 5 things. 1, incorporate. 1, get a business entity, they call it, an entity. A DBA is not an entity. Get a business entity. Get your EIN number. Open up a commercial business checking account. Fund it and pay some of your just normal expenses. Clothes, haircut, grooming, they call it, right? Education. See, then you won't be so hesitant to invest in yourself by buying programs, my program or other folks' program. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net and see the programs that I have, and we're going to add some more, because it's about sharing, it's about exchange, right? It's about exchange. As long as what you're getting has greater value than what you're giving up, then it's a fair exchange. As long as the book that you're getting has more value in it than the dollars that you're giving up, then it's a fair exchange. And you should do that every time, all the time, more than often, okay? So number 5 is those expenses that you normally spend, and then it'll be easy for you to invest in yourself, and the IRS or Uncle Sam will pay for it. It will help you pay for it, a certain percent. Okay? So that's how you make major moves, brothers and sisters. Make major moves in 2016. That's how you do it, by strategizing, by doing tax planning now, and understanding how that is done, how to set the foundation, and how to put things in position so you can execute on your strategy. And the strategy, what? as we said, is to win at the money game. And that's to build enough residual income, passive income, to replace your active income. That's how you know if you're winning at the money game. And there's steps and process that we all have to go through, different from some than others, to get to that point. But the quest and the journey and the excitement of the game is learning and getting through that journey to win at the money game. So if there's no questions, brothers and sisters, if there are, put them in there real quick. Appreciate you, Meerkat, for being here. Appreciate you for being here at Periscope. Now, tomorrow is Friday, which is what? Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday, when we talk about freedom, understanding what it really is, and understanding that money without freedom is powerless. Money without freedom is powerless. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, please share the stream. Please share it. Please share it. This is the best 25 minutes that you can spend, I believe. You know why? Because I spend it. I can't believe it's worthy of my time spending it. It's not worthy of your time spending it. This is the best 20 minutes that you can make of your time, Monday through Friday, top of the hour. You need a shot in your arm every day, like some people have to take medicine every day, right? This is the shot in the arm when it comes to winning at the money game for yourself, your family, but most importantly, our black community, all right? So we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most of all, as I always say, our black community deserves your very best. Go out and be your best, brothers and sisters. And God willing, we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Take care. God bless. All right, Meerkatters. Hey, thank you very much. Glenn, appreciate you, man. We do have to talk. So share this. Well, I don't know if you can share it now, but it's over. But brothers and sisters, thank you for being here. God willing, we'll see you tomorrow.